Speaker of the Week. And he is none other than my beloved upline in Enagic. He is the guy that brought me into Enagic many years ago. I learned about Kangen water from him. And I am childhood friends with him. I knew him since I was 13 years old. And that's how we became friends and now the best of friends and now doing business together. So it's been a very, very wonderful journey with my upline, Mr. Sia Ming Way, 682-3. But before he comes on, let me just share a little bit about, what I think a lot of us here already knew about what he has achieved so far in this business and how great and broad he has brought Enagic to the corners of the world. So a little about my experience and how I saw Ming Wei, he grew so much in this business. From me and him, we were doing Kangen in Malaysia, selling to friends, family, and all that. Yes, Maxine, thank you for reminding me. Gonna start my recording now. And then he actually went. Yeah, so I'm gonna record to the cloud.
Recording in progress.
So it's recording. So Ming Wei, after that, subsequently went to India with Mr. Sam Sia to open up the market. And that's when everybody had so much bad things to say about India, that it's not a good market, you can't do this business there. There's so much adversity, so much challenges, et cetera, et cetera. But he persevered on. And I knew his working schedule at that time. It was 3 demos a day, every single day, 2 workshops a week, day in, day out, week after week after week after week after week. And he did that for a few months consecutively. So that's why today, fast forward 6-7 years after India has been launched, India is doing in excess of 5,000 Kangen machines a month. 5,000 units a month. Ladies and gentlemen, is that amazing? Would you guys like to have thousands of machines of sales underneath your group every single month? If you want that, and if you want to achieve 682-3 and above, I want it in the chat box. I want it. Let me tell you this. If you don't have the group volume, right? If you don't have volume in your team, right? You can't get to 682-3 fast, because it has to be organic. It has to be growth. It has to be explosion of sales. It has to be new teams, team building, motivation. Everything must come in. Then it's organic. Then it's growing. Then it's sustainable. And that's what Ming Wei achieved in India and also many other countries they have traveled to. And currently, he is one of the top producers in Enagic. And I just came back. We spent we spent about one week plus in Osaka, Japan. We were also in Okinawa, and I took a video, that Mr. Oshiro himself gave him the 6A, the long-awaited, because of the pandemic, gave him the 6A2-3 pin himself and helped him put it on his jacket. Wow, it was such a big honor, and I saw that. I was so happy for him. So without further ado, let me bring up on to the stage, to the virtual stage. All right, Mr. Sia Ming Way, 6A2-3, everybody. Let's give him a big round of applause and love, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, guys. Thank you so much, Simon, for the lovely, lovely introduction. I am so honored to be here to share in front of you guys all across the world, on the internet, on Zoom. This is so amazing for me. But before I start, can I request something from you guys? If I can you type Y in the chat box, please? I want to request something of you guys. Not Y, like Y, the letter Y, it stands for yes. Okay, since a lot of you guys are agreeing, I would like to request that all of you guys put on your cameras so I can see your faces over here. Otherwise, I'll just be looking at myself on the screen, which is a little bit weird for me. Thank you so much, guys. Right? Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I'm gonna have a very different session today. I'm not gonna come up here and give a lecture. I would have a lot of interaction with you guys here today. So I'll be staring at the group chat. So we're gonna have a lot of interaction here today. Now, thank you so much, Mr. Sam Sia, who made all of this possible. You see, Simon talked me up quite a fair bit just now when he introduced me, and thank you so much. I feel so good. Ooh. Don't you love it when people say such nice things about you? I feel so good. Thank you so much, Simon. But in all honesty, I have to give a great, great thanks to Mr. Sam Sia, who is our top leader here in Enagic Malaysia. How many of you know who Mr. Sam Sia is? Type Y in the chat again if you know who Mr. Sam Sia is. Fantastic. I would assume most of us know who Mr. Sam Sia is. If anybody does not know who Mr. Sam Sia is, can you type N? N for no in the group chat if you don't know who Mr. Sam Sia is. All right. It looks like everybody knows who Mr. Sam Sia is. By the way, just in case you don't know who he is, we have Elizabeth, right, from I believe Africa. You don't know who Mr. Sam Sia is? Well, that's a great opportunity for me to introduce Mr. Sam Sia to you. Now, Mr. Sam Sia doesn't like me to talk about him, but I feel it's very, very important to talk about him because he was the one who led and guided all of us in Enagic to have greater clarity about the business, to know what to do, right? And to head in the right direction. So let me introduce Mr. Sam Sia a little bit. Mr. Sam Sia was the man who took a small country in Southeast Asia to be one of the best performing branches, to be the best performing branch in the world for Kangen machines, right? That was Enagic Malaysia at one point of time, right? He made Enagic Malaysia the best performing branch in the world, guys. Now, Mr. Sam Sia, he is so respected by Mr. Oshiro from Japan that I still remember when we went to India, Mr. Sam Sia invited Mr. Oshiro to come and meet. Yes, that is Mr. Sam Sia in the chat. Can everybody say hi, Sam? You can just type hi. Everybody say hi. So Mr. Sam Sia, by the way, he's been in this business for over 12 years. Can somebody say wow? W-O-W. Can somebody say wow? He's been in this business for over 12 years. And I still remember the story when he told Mr. Oshiro that he wanted to do Enagic India. Oshiro did not hesitate. I was in the meeting. He said, hi, I will open up an Enagic India branch for you. And guess what? Enagic India actually opened. And of course, Mr. Sam Sia had a plan. He wanted to make Enagic India a great success. And he took us with him to go to Enagic India. And through his leadership and guidance, we were able to succeed in this business. So I just want to give a big, big shout out and highlight Mr. Sam Sia here, because all of this is not possible if not for him, right? Including the meeting we're in today. This meeting here today is the distributor meeting. And can I just say how powerful this meeting is? How many of you guys have been coming for this meeting regularly? Okay, type I in the group chat if you've been coming for this meeting regularly. So few people. You guys should come here more often. I still remember back before Zoom, back before the pandemic, back before we had a lot of business overseas, Mr. Sam Sia actually hosted this meeting inside the Enagic office every Wednesday at 11, which is today actually, at local Malaysian time. And always, 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 the room would be filled. And what I admire so much about Mr. Sam Sia is that he actually dug into his own pocket. He stuck his hand into his own pocket, okay, to pay for external speakers to come and speak for us. Do you guys remember that time? If you do remember, type R. So I remember we had so many like top speakers come and share for an hour. And Mr. Sam Sia actually dug into his own pocket to come and pay for them to join us for our meeting so that they can share. Okay. For all of our benefits, which is why I wanted to really highlight Mr. Sia. He's got to go right now because he's got a meeting, but he says to see all of you guys at EKW, change your mind, change your life on Saturday and Sunday, the 5th and 6th of August. All right. So that's enough about Mr. Sia. I want to talk a little bit about the Enagic business. Now, the Enagic business, as you guys probably know, is a truly wonderful business. Honestly, it has changed my life. It has changed a lot of people's lives around me. And I can honestly say for our team in India, it has changed a lot of their lives. So one more time, I want to thank Mr. Shiro. I was with Simon in Okinawa and Mr. Sia and Miss Cora. Let's not forget Miss Cora in Okinawa, Japan last week. And it was such a blessing to be there, to be welcomed personally by Mr. Shiro at the Enagic E8PA Center. How many of you guys know about the E8PA Center? Can you put it in the group chat? If you know, say type E8PA if you know about the E8PA Center. If you don't, type N, so I know you don't know what is it actually. The E8PA Center in Okinawa, Japan. All right, you guys don't know. Wow. Okay. If you don't know a little bit about this E8PA Center, what I can do is next time I'm gonna get the people who work at the Enagic E8PA Center to come on Zoom and share with you a little bit about it. But the E8PA Center is a center that Mr. Ashiro opened for all our Enagic distributors to go and enjoy. Okay, over there he has an onsen bath, so you can go. The Japanese love their onsen bath. There's a golf course, right? There's a restaurant. It's so amazing. It is located in Sadake, a small little village in Okinawa. It's beautiful views. They call it the Hawaii of Japan. Very nice. You guys have to go. And recently we celebrated we had a small gathering over there to celebrate his birthday and Enagic's birthday as well. And honestly, what I can share from you is from that trip, I realized what the Enagic business, not to say I realized, but I really am reminded of what Enagic business is all about. It is all about compassion and helping people. Because when I spent a lot of time with Mr. Ashiro, you can tell that this gentleman, right, he's not in it for the money. He's in it to help people. And anytime we make any requests of him to help certain groups of people who are less fortunate, he doesn't even bat an eye. He just goes for it full force, full-heartedly, right? Which is why I'm so grateful and happy to be surrounded by all these amazing people like Mr. Ashiro and Mr. Sia. Now, I know you guys were here. My topic is how to succeed in the Enagic business. And I want to tell you, it's very simple. The main key to succeed in the Enagic business is, of course, you have to follow the leaders. All right. So we are in the Enagic business. So what is Enagic's philosophy? Enagic's philosophy is true health. Can anybody put in the chat, what is the Enagic true health? Does anybody know? True health. If you know, put it into the chat box, please. Everybody look at your chat box. What is Enagic true health? Can anyone tell me in this group? We've got a group of about 70 people. Nobody can tell me? Wow, really? Nobody knows? If you don't know, type N so I can share with you guys if you don't know. Okay, so thank you so much to Egbert. Thank you so much to Catherine. That is absolutely right. Physical health, financial health, and mental health, a peace of mind. That is absolutely right. Thank you so much, Richie. So guys, Mr. Shiro started this business surrounding the Kangen water, correct? And we all know we love the Kangen water. So that is what we need to push. We need to help more and more people by making sure that they are drinking the Kangen water. But not only that, guys, because what comes with the Kangen machine that you sell to them is actually a business opportunity. right? And this business opportunity is incredibly lucrative. Who agrees with me? Type I in the group chat if you actually agree with me that this business is incredibly lucrative as well. Fantastic. Yes. And of course, Mr. Ashur knows that there's no point in you having a lot of money if you don't have health. And no point if you have health and you don't have enough money to secure yourself and give yourself some stability. Right? So that's where the triangle comes in. You get physical health, you get financial health. Finally, you get your mental health, your peace of mind. Right? And I feel the easiest way to do this business and the fastest way to success is just to follow this simple philosophy. You share the water, you share the business, and the more and more people you help with the Kangen water, and the more and more people you help with the business, right? And the more they get helped with their health and finances, then of course, they will get help to the peace of mind. And guess what? The more success you will have. Okay? It's all about being compassionate and helping others. And I can tell you that this is true firsthand for me. I still remember when I first started in my Enagic business many years ago, back in 2014, I was 19 years old. And in 2014, that first 1 year, I made a good amount of money. Okay, for a 20-year-old back then. And for a 20-year-old in Malaysia, I made a very good amount of money. And I was like, wow, that was amazing. So when you make a good amount of money, of course, you're very abundant in your mindset. Is that right, guys? You're always giving, you're always sharing. So guess what? My very next year, my income doubled. I was blown away. My mind was like, wow, this is crazy. So I was really in abundant mindset. But then the third year came around and something terrible happened that affected me mentally. And I became very, very scarce and not as abundant, not as willing to help other people, not as willing to share with other people, and very, very scarce, as if I didn't have enough for myself. And guess what, guys? Guess what happened to my income? Can anybody guess in the group chat? Tell me, what do you think happened to my income? Yes, Egbert's doing this. It went down. Absolutely right. It definitely got less. My income half? No, actually, it went less than half. It was really, really bad. It went to maybe a third. So that was when I realized, actually, you know, I was not doing what I should be doing in the Enagic business, which is what Mr. Sam Sia and Mr. Oshiro have been showing us. Okay, they're incredibly generous people. They're incredibly helpful people, and they're always like Mr. Sam Sia. What amazes me so much is his willingness to dig into his, you know, his time, his effort, his energy, his own money to help other people and help them grow. And same thing with Mr. Ashiro. And guess what? They're always rewarded, right, with abundance. And when I figured that out, I also swapped my mindset to be an abundant mindset. And everything just went uphill from there. It just went uphill all the way. And it was truly, truly amazing. Okay. So, guys, what can you do now to get an abundant mindset? It's very simple. Okay. You know, there are a lot of people out there that, that need this Kangen water, that also need the Kangen business. So a lot of us sometimes, right, we say like, oh, don't want to share to them for many reasons. It could be as simple as I don't want to get a rejection. Or maybe they're too far away or cost too much money to go and help them and support them. Well, guess what, guys? This Enagic business really looks after you in the long run. Okay. What I found truly amazing about Mr. Sam Sia was when he went with us, when we went him actually to India, is that he was funding everything. And guess what? All of the people that came in underneath him were out of his 8 points. Means he didn't even make the eight last time, not 1,000 ringgit, the 8,000 ringgit, sorry, the 800 ringgit per 1A. For those of you overseas, it's about like $150 per 1A. He didn't even make 1A. Everything was out of his 8 points, yet he was willing to fund the incredibly expensive venture. Now, what does that tell you guys? Well, the way I look at it is very simple. Mr. Sam Sia is one of the top leaders in Enagic today, right? He's one of the top producers. Guess how much he sold last month, guys, in his total group volume? How much? Do you guys want to know how many units he sold? Guess, guys, last month. You want to know? I'll tell you. All right. Last month, his group sold over 6.7 thousand units. Guys, 6.7 thousand sales. Can somebody say wow? Right? Can somebody say wow? It is amazing, right? 6.7 thousand. Now, my question to you guys is very simple. I am a very logical man. Sometimes I go turn on my light. I don't need to know how my light works, right? As long as it works. The same thing, I go to Mr. Sam Sia and I tell myself, this guy is successful, right? There must be a reason. So instead of me trying to see whether, is this guy really successful or should I just test and not? No, I just wholeheartedly just follow him. Okay? So Mr. Sam Sia, I just wholeheartedly follow him. And guess what, guys? What did he say earlier just now before he left? You guys remember? He said, see you all at the EKW and change your mind, change your life on Saturday and Sunday, 5th and 6th of August in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Okay, Antonio, are you sure you're coming? You said see me. Don't lie. All right. Make sure you are coming. Okay, so what I'm going to share with you guys right now is this amazing event. Okay. This is the event right here. Can you guys see my screen? This is the Change Your Mind, Change Your Life workshop by Lieutenant Colonel Izzaidin. This gentleman here, I actually just finished a 3-day not 3 day, I think it was 5 days, a 5-day program up in the beautiful mountains of Janda Baik here in Pahang, Malaysia, where he truly opened my eyes and gave me a breath of fresh air. After these 5 days, you can ask the people who went there with me, like Egbert, Eunice. I was raving about his course non-stop. I loved it so much. It was so impactful. And guess what? Mr. Sam Sia also found Colonel Izzaidin's, Colonel Izzy's, we call him, content to be incredibly life-changing. So he's actually come and personally asked Colonel Izzaidin to come and do a special training for us. Because some of us, we cannot spare 5 days. So this one here is a short course in 1 day where you can also get incredible value. Now, Colonel Izzaidin has trained over 60,000 insurance professionals over 30 years, right? Specifically with the Prudential company, and brought that company from 9 million ringgits in sales to 1 billion in 17 years. Wow. So the difference between a successful distributor and an unsuccessful distributor is whether they can see themselves as being able to succeed in this game. This is very important, guys. It is not your mindset, it is your subconscious. This workshop by Lieutenant Colonel Izzaidin will cause those who cannot see themselves succeeding to see that they can succeed. How many of you here, you want to succeed in the Enagic business? Okay, you want to succeed, type S in the group chat. I want everybody, if you want to succeed, type S. Fantastic. Okay, fantastic. But you know what? I was having a breakfast with my father. Oh, by the way, if you didn't know, Sam Sia is my father. Okay, if you guys didn't know. I was having a breakfast with Sam Sia about 1 year ago. over the years, a lot of people have asked me about why is it I was able to succeed in India when others failed. And I've always told them that it was simply because I had a very strong why. Back then, I was really, really strong in my why. That's why I wanted to do it. So I did it full forced, full-heartedly. But then about 1 year ago, now remember India was quite some time back, 2015. So 1 year ago in 2022, I was having breakfast with Sia and another distributor from overseas. So he was asking me the question, how did I succeed? Why? So I still remember Mr. Sia answered for me. Mr. Sia answered for me. He said it was simply because back then, when me, Ming Way, was a young man, I had very little nonsense in my head. Now, what do I mean by nonsense? Actually, Mr. Sia used a not so public-friendly word, okay? But he said it's very simple, right? As you age, and I feel it as well, you're exposed to a lot of different things, a lot of events, right? A lot of things happen to you. And then you start to build a narrative in your head as to why certain things are certain ways, why you cannot succeed, why you can succeed, why you can do this, why you cannot do this, why somebody is able to do this, why you're not able to. So back then, when I was much younger, that is absolutely the truth. Mr. Sia said that one of the main reasons why I was able to go full force, exactly like how Simon explained it, I lived in India for 2 years, no social life, nothing. All right. Still remember, I came back for Chinese New Year. I took the overnight flight on the day before the Chinese New Year Eve, arrived Chinese New Year Day, went home, say hi to my mom. Same evening, 7 p.m., I was on a flight back to India. I was able to do that. And that was because back then, there was not a lot of things in my head telling me that I shouldn't do it, telling me that I can't do it, telling me that, oh, this is rejection again. I don't like this feeling, so I better stop. And guess what? It is absolutely true, because even right now, the more that I age, the more stimulus and things happen to me, the more events that take place. Sometimes I also lose that ability to just no, let's do it. Which is why I really, really want to thank Colonel Izzy, who reminded me of this. And I want to thank Mr. Sia, who reminded me of this as well. Because guess what, guys? If we are governed in our actions by what is in our head, we might as well make sure everything that's in our head is the good things. Isn't that right, guys? We should not expose ourselves to all this negative things, feelings, emotions, events, and think about it so much. And we should just add in all the good things. I still remember a story by one of my mentors. Now, today, I'm sure you noticed, right? It was supposed to be all about me, but I cannot make this session all about me. It's all about my mentors, because I've had so many mentors in life, like Mr. Sia, Mr. Shiro, Colonel Izzy, and so many more. Mr. Sia has always preached to everybody to always read more books, come for more events, come for more seminars. And he's dug into his own pocket to fork out for events for his distributors here all across the world, to hire all these professional trainers come in. And they're all my mentors as well. I still remember one of my favorite mentors. His name is Edwin Koo. He comes from Malacca. How many of you know who Edwin Koo is? You do type EK in the chat if you know who he is, right? Type EK in the chat. Now, Edwin is a very, very successful businessman. I still remember he told me when he was age 40, he made lots and lots of money. He already retired. So once he retired, he just went to do things that made him happy. And what I loved about him was one day he said, you know what? I've been doing so many things to make me happy. I want to focus on my wife now. So he asked his wife, what did she want? And the wife said they want to move to Malacca and open a hotel. And he actually moved to Malacca and opened a hotel for her, right? So which is like so amazing. But what I wanted to share, sorry for sidetracking, was that every Wednesday from Malacca, 2-hour drive to Kuala Lumpur. Back then, when we were having this distributor meeting back in Kuala Lumpur, just many, many years ago, I think probably 8 years ago, he always brought his team members from Malacca. He always brought his team members from Malacca. So he told me this story. He told me that his team member brought somebody into his car. Edwin was driving. So this team member was giving all sorts of negativity. They're saying, oh, Kangen is MLM is bad, is profiteering, is blah, blah, blah. You cannot make money, is get rich quick, is a pyramid, blah, 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 blah. Oh, you cannot succeed in this. The price is so expensive, blah, 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 blah. And Edwin was just driving and he was holding it in, you know. And suddenly Edwin said, shut up! This is how he described it. He exploded and he said, he stopped the car, he slammed on the brakes, boom, turned to the side of the road in the emergency lane, and he said, get out of my car. He said, if you want to sit in my car, you better stop your nonsense. He said, because if you litter, if you throw rubbish in my car, I'm okay. I can see the rubbish, I can pick it up, I can throw it away. But if you throw rubbish in my mind, I have no way of picking it up and throwing it out. So you shut up or you get out of my car. And I absolutely love this story from Edwin because it's typical Edwin Khoo. I love him so much. And it's the same thing, guys. You know, a lot of us, we hang around our friends. Maybe our friends are very loving people, nurturing, encouraging. Great. But sometimes our friends are not. They pour cold water on us. And maybe it's not even our friends, it could be our family members because maybe we spend more time with our family members. I still remember when I first started this business, I went to my mom's side of my family and they laughed at me. They said, what? You're selling water machines? Water? They're like, what? What are you doing? Go and get a job, right? Go and study and get a job. And they laugh at me. They call me, ha ha ha, water boy, water boy. Can you imagine that? My own family members, right? They were supposed to be supporting me. So you know what I did? I did this because of Edwin. Edwin taught me. So I literally did not see them for 1 year. Literally did not see them for 1 year because every time I saw them, I felt terrible. And if I continue to see them and I'll continue to have all these negative thoughts in my head, right? It's going to be harder and harder to remove it from my head. So I literally stopped seeing them for 1 year. And guess what? 1 year later, I came back at 6A and then they nothing to say. Many years later, made business an incredible success. And of course, now they absolutely have nothing to say or nothing but praise now, of course. But back then, it was so much negativity. And I'm sure you guys probably understand where it's coming from. So your mind is very, very important, which is why I want to thank again our top leaders, Mr. Sam Sia, and all the mentors who've mentored me over the years. Thank you so much for sharing your incredible wisdom and having let me spend more time around you guys so that I can myself feed off your energy and your knowledge. So I can tell you one thing for sure. You are the average of the 5 people you spend most time with. So you have to spend your time with the best people. And if you can't, it's okay. You can come for more events. Come for weekly meetings like this today. So, Antonio, I'm looking at you. Please come to Malaysia on the 5th and 6th of August. Okay? How many of you guys have bought your tickets already? Can you just type B? If you bought your tickets already, press B. It is such an important event, guys, the Essential Kangen Workshop. And it is also going to be an amazing and very important event, all right, for the Change Your Mind, Change Your Life workshop by Colonel Izzy. If you guys haven't booked your ticket yet, let me do this for you. I'm going to do this for 30 seconds. I'm going to let you guys see it again so you can buy your ticket. Okay. Hold on. It says click here to register now. Oh my, there is no link here, but never mind. I'll find the link for you and give it to you guys. All right. Egbert, if you can find the link for me, thank you. All right. So this here is very, very important. I still remember that when I was in this workshop, this camp in the beautiful Jandabayek up in the mountains, it was so nice. You know, you don't even need aircon. It was so nice and cooling. You're by the side of the river. I really learned so much. I learned so many things. I don't want to spoil it for you guys. You guys absolutely have to come. I believe, Antonio, you've been to the ABC camp, right? And it is so important. Thank you, Maxine, for you guys to come and meet Colonel Izzy. Now, why I say come and meet Colonel Izzy is because Colonel Izzy today is over 80 years old. So he will not be able to run this event forever. So please do, right? Make hay while the sun is shining. Come for the event, because honestly, when you meet this gentleman, he's the most amazing, loving, nurturing, and knowledgeable person you can meet. Come for this event. It is actually very, 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 very important. Okay. And on top of that, I want to invite you guys to the Essential Kangen Workshop. Now, I know the Essential Kangen Workshop's been around for a very long time. It's actually been around since I started this business. And I want to say a few words about the Essential Kangen Workshop. The Essential Kangen Workshop is Mr. Sam Sia's #1 tool to make his business a success. All right, can everybody type #1 in the chat? I just want you guys to just ingrain in your head. It's the #1 tool, guys. This Essential Kangen Workshop is so important that I have to stress again and again that you guys have to come. Do you want to know how I started in this business, guys? If you want to know how I started in this business, type K in the group chat. If you want to know how I started in this business, type K in the group chat. Type. Okay. Now, you guys already know that Mr. Sam Sia is my father. But he was doing this business for 3 years before I even bothered with the Kangen business. He was doing it for 3 whole years. And in that 3 years, he was already very, very successful, -3 and above. Now, Mr. Sam Sia, he's always texted me and invited me for his workshop, which is this Essential Kangen Workshop. We had a different name for it back then. Now we simplified the name, EKW. I love it. So he's invited me many times for this workshop, and time again, I said, no, not interested. Thank you. Don't wanna, right? Don't wanna. You do your thing. Not for me. You know, I was a little bit more influenced by my mother's side of the family, where, you know, you shouldn't do all this business. It was a weird thing, funny thing. Why are you doing this? So, like, no, thank you. One day, Mr. Sam Sia texted me. He says, okay, I'll see you at the event tomorrow. Now I'm thinking to myself, what event? All right. I said, what event? He says, the event that you RSVP to? I'm like, huh? Did I RSVP for your event? Then I scroll. And I was like, oh my God, I RSVP for his event. I didn't even know it's a subconscious thing. I think it's one of those things where you're sending something, I was not paying attention. I was like, okay, yes. Okay. And I'm like, oh no, I RSVP for his event. And then, of course, I'm a man. As a man, you have to honor your word. If you said you're going to be somewhere, you have to be somewhere. All right. So I said, okay, fine, I'll go. Guess what? I came for this event, which was a precursor to the Essential Kangen Workshop. The very next day, I joined this business, guys. And within a year, slightly over a year, I was a 6A rank. Now, I'm sure this story is true for many of you as well over here. I can see Simon over here. I can tell you that for him, it's definitely true as well. And I can tell you that I've done this workshop in India. Actually, Simon, myself, cumulatively, we've done this workshop hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of times. Okay. And I can tell you honestly, the most successful distributors in our organizations are the ones who come for the workshop again and again and again and again and again and again. Right? It is absolutely true, which is why when I see a lot of you guys keep coming back, right? I am not surprised why you guys are so successful. So this workshop is a must attend, even if you've attended it before. But key thing here, guys, is please don't come by yourself. What you guys want to do is come with as many team members as possible. The more people you're able to put into the events, the more successful you will be. Because this event is specially designed by Mr. Sam Sia. Because when Mr. Sam Sia started his business, there was no EKW, guys. So he went through a lot of different ways to do the business, right? A lot of pitfalls, a lot of different ideas that didn't work. And then he's found new things about the Enagic business that he didn't know at the start. So he's basically giving you this amazing clarity and vision at the start. So guys, please come for the workshops, the 2 workshops. And for my session here today, it's been such a pleasure and such an honor to be sharing it with you guys. You know, my session's titled "How to Succeed in the Enagic Business." Well, this is how you follow the leaders, come for the correct events, make sure you come for the meetings, make sure you have the right people around you and you have the right mindset and the right things in your mind. Okay, so come for the event. Thank you so much, Egbert, for the link. Come and join us for this amazing events, the EKW and the Change Your Mind, Change Your Life event. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I come to the end of my presentation. Right, I want to thank you guys so much for listening. I hope I was able to give you guys value, right? But key points, key takeaways, come for these events. Follow Mr. Sam Sia. Because how I succeeded in this business was simple. I just followed the top leaders, followed the successful people. I have so many mentors, and they were the one that led and guided me. So I want to thank them, and I want to thank all of you very, very much. Thank you, guys.
All right. Let's give Ming Way a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, in the chat box for his sharing session for today. How he started the business, you know, what he has been through, how his family has discouraged some form of discouragement that, you know, why are you doing this and all that, you know. And today, you know, he's somebody that Ming, can you just share how many team members or how many group sales again you have done so far in your last 8 years in the business? How many thousand is that?
Currently, you see, I'm not here to brag, but since you requested, currently in our organization, you know, I have 3-5 distributors. 11-4, 41-3s, we're selling about 5,500 Kangen machines every month, and done about approximately 200,000 sales so far.
I'm just typing it down. Sales till date. So thank you so much, Ming Wei, for sharing. So I've actually typed down. So now Ming Wei has 3-5, 11-4, 41-3, 5,500 sales a month, and a total group sales of 200,000 till date. You know, and you know, when I see that number, it's like, wow, you know, a lot of us were just thinking of, oh, I just want to be debt-free, I just want to be debt-free, I just want to be debt-free. No, you need to think about a strategy to help your team. Everybody become debt-free and have thousands of sales a month. And that's what he has successfully been able to do in India, We went to Dubai together, and now we are starting other markets as well, because this business is there's just no limit on where this business can take us. So thank you, Ming Wei, once again for sharing your experience, your ways in becoming successful in the business. And today he is somebody that he travels the whole world. He lives a very, very good life, financially free. He travels business class everywhere. So all this while helping those people he has impacted, where he brought into the business, live a very good life as well. So this business is just so amazing that you can live a fulfilled, amazing, luxurious life however you want to live your life, by helping other people achieve what they want. So this is a quote by, I believe, Zig Ziglar, that you don't get rich by doing what you want, you get rich by helping people get what they want. And I think this is what Enagic this is all about. Let's go out there, let's help more people get what they want, and when they get what they want, you're going to get what you want. That's the beautiful thing about this business. So please make sure you come for the Change Your Mind, Change Your Life seminar by Colonel Easy, or we call him Pak Easy, the wonderful trainer that I've attended his training in the ABC camp last year, and also the Essential Kangaroo Workshop on the same weekend as well. So it's a back-to-back training on the 5th and 6th August. So please make sure you save the link. And if you don't have the link, later you want to sign up, please get it from your uplines, your team leaders, or the office. Just get your hands on those links and just make sure you make the payment and sign up, not just yourself, but with your team. So let me just share a very, very funny story before we end today's Zoom. Ming Wei always talk about, you have to come for the events, you have to come for the events, you have to come for the events. We kept saying that in Dubai, and there was this guy, he was from Lebanon. And every time we do an EKW, he's there, He sits there, and then he takes notes. And then the next time we do it, he's also there. The third time we do it, he's also there. Then he said, hey, I forgot his name already. I said, how come you come back time after time after time? And what are you? What is your goals? He said, I don't know. You guys tell me I have to keep attending the event to be successful. So I keep coming back. So you see, intention is so important. Intention is, you don't just want to come back alone. You want to bring your people with you. But this business is not going to grow when you're one person. You have to, from 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8. You have to grow this way. That's where your business starts to grow. So that was just really funny. He took it very literally. I said, no, you have to bring people to this event for you to build your team. Yeah. So make sure thank you, Egbert, for posting the link again, the Essential Kangaroo Workshop and the Change Your Mind, Change Your Life. The link is right there. Okay, in the chat box, please copy it. Please sign up. For those of you who are overseas, Singapore, or Thailand, or wherever you are, it is definitely worth the trip for you to fly in with your team members to attend this event. We can't stress anymore on how important it is. Okay, so see you guys next Wednesday on the same time. We will have a different speaker every week. And for those of you who would like to volunteer, to step up, to become a speaker, to share your topic, please let me know. You have my Facebook, you have my number, some of you. We'll arrange for you to allow this platform for you to inspire many. Because let me tell you something. Each and every one of us, we have a magic inside. There is this ball of magic inside. But the problem is, a lot of our conditioning suppresses this ball of magic. Don't say this, you look stupid, who are you to go on stage? Why are you doing this training? You are not 682 yet. You are not, all these are noise. We call it noise or conditioning. Forget about all these things. You need to unleash the ball of magic inside of you for you to flourish in life. That's what I learned very, very early in this business. I started talking like a 6A before I was even a 2A. That's how every one of us need to be, because you need to be a successful person in order to be successful. I don't know if you guys know what I'm trying to talk about. So if you have something you want to share and you want to become a leader in Enagic, and if you want to take this business seriously, and you want to step up, let us know. We're here to guide you. We're here to help you. We're here to give us your topic. I'll ask you a couple of questions. What you want to cover? How can you make it better, etc., etc. We're all here to help each other. Okay. So let me. This concludes this week's Wednesday meeting. I hope to see you guys next week at the same
Recording
time.
stopped.
And let's make this meeting even bigger. You know, we had 70 people this meeting this week. Let's make it 100, 200 the next week, because if everybody bring 2 or 3 of your friends, we're already at 200 people already. Yeah. So please make sure to make it a commitment to bring your team members every week to come attend this distributor meeting so that they can benefit and you grow your successful Enagic business. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a good Wednesday ahead and a weekend ahead.